little state.
Could this laptop found in the garbage hold evidence in a case against one of the world's most powerful banks?
I turned on my laptop and the name was there.
What do you mean the name was there? Where was it on your laptop?
Like on the screen.
Fabrice Tour, remember him?
As I have been the target of unfounded attacks on my character and motives.
As the self-dubbed Fabulous Fab, Tour is the only individual sued by the Securities and Exchange Commission for helping to sell mortgage-related securities in the run-up to the financial crisis. Last year, the U.S. government charged Tour and his firm, Goldman Sachs, with marketing toxic securities to investors without disclosing material information relevant to them, namely that Goldman intended to short some of their bets.
I wish to repeat, I did not mislead IKB or ACA, two of the most sophisticated institutional investors in these products anywhere in the world.
Goldman settled with the SEC, paying a $550 million fine, but not admitting any wrongdoing. Yet the government case against Tour goes on. That has Wall Street observers, including the New York Times, asking, why just him? Last month, the Times cited documents between Tour and his lawyers provided to the newspaper by an independent filmmaker with no connection to Wall Street, Nancy Cohen. According to the Times, the documents allegedly show that Tour was not the only one to market the securities deal, rather that he was part of a collaborative effort at Goldman's mortgage unit.
No, I don't.
That's where the story takes a strange turn. Cohen says she was given Tour's laptop by a friend who found it in the garbage. Goldman Sachs confirms the laptop belonged to Tour, but insists it was his personal computer. After 4 years in her possession, Cohen says she recognized Tour's name from all the news coverage.
I didn't like the fact that one person was being blamed for everything. That never makes sense. You know, he was only 30. How many mistakes can you make by 30?
You copied the hard drive and gave it to the Times and said, do with it what you will?
I said, please try to look for something. I think there might be something there.
Cohen says she gave the Times the hard drive from the laptop. She says it contained thousands of emails and documents, but she wouldn't show them to us. The Times says it never accessed Tour's email account or asked to do so, but it did look at copies of documents that Cohen provided and refers to at least one of them in its May 31st article. Cohen says she wasn't paid for handing over the files. I think people watching right now might be wondering, why didn't she go to the SEC? Why didn't she go to the feds?
Because they hadn't done very much. You know, they really hadn't done their job.
So some might say, look, this woman doesn't like Goldman Sachs, and now she has a laptop that she's given to the press with information that could be incriminating towards others at Goldman Sachs. What would you say to them?
Well, they're wrong. They're wrong. I don't like the behavior of greed and the culture of greed. But I also don't think it's fair to pin an entire lawsuit on one person.
But the SEC insists Tour was principally responsible for the mortgage securities deal in question. A U.S. district court recently dropped some of the charges against Tour, but he still faces at least 4 federal fraud counts. He's on paid leave from Goldman Sachs. In the meantime, Cohen still has the laptop, but says she deleted Tour's messages. The New York Times may still have documents related to Tour's case obtained from Nancy Cohen. They won't say. Poppy Harlow, CNN Money, New York.